Hello, how do I use trend lines to select stocks for my watch list? We are going to use Thinkorswim platform and we are going to use maximum monthly chart. We are going to go to a master list of large cap stocks. And we are going to analyze 5 together. And the first one is BNS. So when we are looking at BNX, okay, that's a lot of arrows on here. So it seems like we saw it before. And on maximum monthly chart, we have multiple years in front of us. We can try to trace our valley line passing by the lows, and this is respecting that valley line well. Now we are going to see if it's going to respect the, leave that one there, if it's going to respect the high. So we have this high here that got exceeded 2 years later, that got exceeded 2 years or 3 years later, and this one didn't quite reach that area. So pretty much every 2 years or so, it tend to, we are seeing some repetition here. So every 2 years it will exceed that level. But if we are looking closely, we'll notice that it does not go too far from the previous high. So there is a reasonable line that can be traced here. There is a range here that when it passed the previous high a little bit, it's done, and then we'll just pull back. So what I'm noticing here though is those 2 years, like it didn't catch the valley line, it exceeded again. So when it surpassed the previous high, it busted down. It pulled back for 2 years without touching this and exceeded again, and then was done and pulled back. So this time, 2 years, it didn't reach that area again, and now it's doing it. So if you're going to buy the stocks, it will be good to buy at the value so that you have price. But the thing is, when you say it does not reach the highest peak and pull back, hopefully you'll have purchased it at a price that will be higher than the price you will touch base before, but you lose this growth in it because you didn't look in it and it went up. So I'm not, and I don't really know to say that. I don't know if it's going what it is going back again. But we came back to this here because it's the S for the business. It left, went up pretty much for 1 year. It pretty much going back. So this was before taking off. So and this one is on its way up. And we don't know when it's going to come down. For swing trading that we are trying to do though, I won't add this to it just because one is taking long to see the price. So it is a large cap, so chances that it's taking its time to go is a mature stock, so it's growing slowly. It will exceed the previous high, but it's taking its time. So the last price is pretty much, it has not exceeded yet, but it has not made those high peak yet either. So it's on its way to exceed it. It's not yet, but it can. So if you are swing trading to use the strategy we are using to buy at the valley and sell it at the peak, is taking time to get there. With this is really there, and when you reach the peak, because it's getting there and get out of it, but that will be used a short up to launching strategy to trade these stocks out with whatever decision you have to make for yourself. But for our long up to launching trading strategy, I would prefer to add this way. It's growing, but I'm not seeing a quick growth in it. It's a mature one, a stable one. Therefore, I will not add it to our watch list for that reason. I'm not seeing the growth is not quite going up. It's kind of stable, you know. It's like horizontal. So like high. There's no choice. So put no here, but I just prefer to leave it blank. Clear valley. Okay, so that is now reach peak, and we can put short term on the peaks for the stocks that has been around since 2096. Anyway, PMC's tendency here, it again to buy and sell every 2 years type of stock. I don't have profits after 2 years of holding. It seems to be well away from the value line. Let's do it again. ENS. So let's see. If I put my mouse here, we have what? Is it 34? 34? Let's just 31. 65. So $30 profit per share. Distance between the two. So holding it for 2 years, you have $30 the profit per share that you have for yourself. Or not. So this one, since you're spending the whole year, I want to do it with share. See, the high years go. Okay, so and that's why I will say no to it. It back to the support line and start going off from there. Back to touch base there. So let's see how often it comes back to it. It came back, went up within a year and a half, pulled back, went up and pulled back. So it didn't reach it here. So those two, it didn't reach that high. It didn't see it. So we wanted to see from the value to the highest peak within a year and a half, and this is showing it to us. Therefore, it's no. It's going to the right. So then CM is more compared to BNS. But again, it's not easy to understand. Maybe my brain is fried already, but I don't want to put much thought into it. I feel like it's much just here. I don't know what's going on. But here for me to quickly see what's going on. And see what I'm. So even though I'm seeing growth, I don't know. So let's look at the next one. Just when we back to this one again. Let me trace here. Okay, it seems to be following this balance. It's long and it's been respecting it. So that is good. So seeing this higher peak, those lower peak after it's not like to see high peak year after year. Now lower peak after a high peak like this. And it's something that I don't like because I don't able to do that again. Then we don't know we want to sell next year. For those years it was like pretty much it has been here. So and then it came back. So and for that reason I will say no to this one. But it seems to have different idea here. So it went up and pulled back. And went up higher this one. So is it going to pull back and then go up from there? I'm not entirely sure. So and that is why I won't add it to the list. If this one is around 3 years, and within a year came back down, I like that. That's what I'm looking for. I wanted to be seeing that so that I can say that this one is communicating, and I'm seeing it, and that's why the answer is looking for it. So the next one is FC. So TFC MS is having this grade. So this what is going on here, and it took quite a few years before it exceeded the previous week. For reason, the answer is no. And then we have this and pull back. So we don't know if it's going to what the pattern is going to be. Is it like from here? Is it pull back? Is it good? Pull back is not up yet for 3 years now. So if the new high is 3 years ago, it's just 3 years too long. We want that. We want to be seeing those growth happen more than this. That's why I want to add this to it. So more is MTB. I'm still here. It seems to be respecting this line. Okay. So again, I saw a growth here, and then we have those here that it exceeded. Now it exceeded here. It exceeded here after a certain number of years between them. and then it pulled back. It didn't touch before and went up back. So when it pulled back 1, 2, 3 years, it pulled back again. So 1, 2, it reached it, and now it's on down. So we are seeing that it's reaching new high, and it reached end of 2024. Now it's way down, and if we purchase it around the valley line, it will take 2 years for that to reach a peak again. And so that 2 years, let's say here was like 112, this is 220, so the price will double about 2 years. Okay, so we will keep it, and we can turn this line into, that will be the line we will buy at. I don't know to buy to this year or not, but I think, yeah, but I'll put okay. Okay, we can say which is a new high. So this conclude, how I use trend lines to select stocks for our watch list, and for the analysis today, for sure we found one we can add. BNS will be a 1 if you don't mind turning it into a short investment. PNS is one that has to analyze deeply. We want to this rate, but this high is long, those many years before he exited that peak, and he pulled back to it, and after he exited, but then up for 2 years, pull back, and then pull back, and then in a year he went there and pulled back, and for 2 years now has been on rise. So we come back down here, and I said that here, but came back so low. Could be the type of repetition that is fresh before going back up. It's too long of time here to exit this price, and that is for that reason that I will say no to it. Not because it's a bad stocks, but and there is growth in it's going to be this line for years now, so I will assume this is a very good support line for it, and if we will buy it, we will buy at this support line. But how long will we wait until it reach all-time high again is what I'm thinking about. So this is what 92, and this is 228. 228 divided by 92. Let's do that again. 228 divided by 92 is 2.4. So I'm taking the lowest price. It's not really the lowest price either. So I'm taking the price around this support line and the price at the peak here to see the ratio. So it doubled within a 2 years. So when it left here, it's 1 year already. It has not reached a higher price yet. So, and it's leaving here around 100. Let's just say around 100, and it's 182 already. So there is a good amount of profit in it, and it will easily reach $200. It will easily double again. It's just taking longer to do it. Does that make sense? If we can find stocks that can do that within a year and a half is ideal. That's what we are looking for. So nothing wrong with it, but we have to be very careful. If we will buy it, it's going to be a lot of support. I don't think it's going to come down to this level. And I'm going to get okay, we cannot check nothing wrong with it. We move to PNC, and we can say, I don't know what I will put there, but okay, Clear Valley line, but takes few new high $5, and we can just put okay as well for it. But I will want it to I think I'll put short term. Yeah, that way I know that those are more like short-term investment type of stocks. If anything, I think this one will be one of those as well. So we might want to use those so that we can actually create a list of those stocks that are dragging their feet, taking their time to grow slowly but surely. We can have those secure lists of those stocks that when we buy at the value launch, we know that we might keep them for some years, so that we do not mingle them with stocks that are flying from valley to peak in a short period of time, so that we know that the one we are holding for a long period of time, we kept them in another watch list, so that we do not sell them too early. So thank you so much for your time. We thank you very much for watching our videos. Thank you for your comments, and thank you very much for subscribing to our channel. I'm Afiavi Liberman, Girls of Liberman Consulting L.L.C YouTube channel, and ninasub.com, our blog. On our channel and on our blog, we share different ways to save money and different ways to make money to reach your financial independence, where you do not depend on an employer to provide for your family. And swing trading is one way to make money. Just start small and grow your account from there. For more of swing trading strategy or swing trading tips, or how you can create your own watch list in the description of this video. Thank you for your time.